We are checking in to see how things are going with a new training plan for running, and in particular, how that whole new Zone 2 thing is working out for me. But first, here's a bit of my backstory so this will make sense. Today is the day that I just posted my part 2 video of my 2-part series on the VO2 max and heart rate training zones being tested and going to a lab to actually be tested with those. When I got that video up and posted, I thought, okay, I'm going to go just for a nice little Zone 2 long run. I was aiming for about 45 minutes because it's one of my 4 recommended runs in my 4 runs per week.
So those are your 4 workouts. You've got a long one, you've got a shorter, faster one, you've got a hill one, and then you've got your dedicated speed workout.
And today was about taking the long run for a little spin. One of the key things that happened during this experience is that I got new numbers for my heart rate training zones, which was exactly the clarity I have been looking for. I was excited to hit the road and test this new training zone. And because I'm so bad with numbers, I wrote the Zone 2 range on my hand so I could look down at my hand, remind myself what my Zone 2 range was, because I can't figure out how to do this on my watch yet. And I was quite excited to do it because it's higher than my previous one. And I thought, oh, this will be good. It'll feel good. And so if you watch the video with the exercise physiologist that did the test, Dr. Jeff, one of the things when he was talking about the different zones, and he did mention about a big downfall is we think we're going out for a Zone 2 and we end up in Zone 3.
Zone 3, and this is an interesting one. This is often considered like garbage miles, junk zone. The reason why is because it's too fast to gain the benefits of Zone 1, or sorry, Zone 1, Zone 2.
Yeah.
And it's too slow to gain the benefits of high intensity sprint work VO2 max. But the catch is it feels good. So most people will go out and they'll do their long, slow distance in Zone 3 because it feels good. They're getting a little bit of a sweat on. They're breathing a little bit harder. They can't really talk all that efficiently. It's beyond the point of the talk test.
So I have my numbers, my new numbers that are higher than my other Zone 2 on my hand. And I started out for a little 45-minute run. Well, I did exactly what he said so many people do.
So most people will go out and they'll do their long, slow distance in Zone 3.
And I'm so annoyed with myself. I was very focused on these numbers. The first thing that made me think, I noticed that I was having to open my mouth a little bit and I couldn't really breathe through my nose. And I thought, oh, that's a sign for me that I'm going too fast, because Zone 2, I should be able to breathe entirely in and out through my nose. I've incorporated nose breathing for several years into my running. So all that to say, that was the first thing that made me look at my heart rate. I was up like 160. I was so annoyed with myself. So all that to say is it still took a huge effort for me to stay within Zone 2. The other thing Dr. Jeff said in the video is that why we make this mistake so easily is because Zone 3 feels good. We feel like we're pushing it. We're putting a big effort in. We got a little sweat on, all of that. And so it feels like a good, exhilarating run in some ways. Those are my words, not his words. And I fell directly into that trap today. So just a little reminder, keep an eye on your heart rate zones. They all have a purpose. And if you're going out for a Zone 2 run, make sure you're staying in Zone 2 and not jumping over to Zone 3. And one way that might help you remember your numbers is put it on your hand. Didn't help me stay within the zone, but it did help me get back into it. So anyway, live and learn. This channel is Lead Your Living, and we lead our living by learning. If you're struggling with a training plan or just an exercise plan of any sort, just remember the struggle is part of the learning process and the growth process. It's one thing to know the information, but good on you for putting it into practice and giving it a try. Do not give up. This takes practice. Whatever run you're doing or whatever you're doing, just keep moving.